guard. Handful of complaints, but I can't help the fact that everyone can see these scars. What I want you to want, what I want you to feel, but it's like no matter what I do, I can't convince you to just believe this is real. Let go, watching you turn your back like you always do. Face away and pretend that I'm not, but I'll be here cause you're all that I got.
It's showtime.
Okay guys, welcome back to the STPL. I'm your host, caster and organizer, and solo caster for today. Unfortunately, Rapid is getting ready for the ASL qualifiers in Seoul, so couldn't be here today at 4 AM, unfortunately for me. But still, it's been a fun day so far. We've seen NaS take a 3-0 lead against DM. Of course, that does mean they win the series, but we're going to move on to our fourth game of the series, just for good measure. Let's bring up that game, or let's bring up the players even, and let's see who we're going to have to round us off on this series. Okay, so this time, fighting for DM, it's going to be Defiler, one of their standout players from round 2. Did join in round 2, has played 4 games for his team, so that's 4 out of 6 games he's appeared in. This is going to be his 5th appearance. So very, very cool for him. Now, of course, he is currently 3-0 against his opponent's race, which is going to be Protoss. But his opponent is no slouch either. It's Battousai fighting for NaS. Now, of course, he is 1-0 in round 2, currently 3-2 against Zerg. So this should be a very cool PvZ, actually. Now, last round, unfortunately, Battousai did go 1 for 3. But he's back again, once again, gonna do what he can in this series. Now, that's very interesting. Yeah, okay, that's a bit funny, but it doesn't matter. I'll figure this out after the stream, because we're going to move on to our 4th map and final map of this series. There is another series coming up after this, of course. It's going to be Triathlon. Now, we've seen 7 ZVPs on this map so far, and every single one of them has been a special occasion. It's been 4 for 3 in favor of Zerg, but 3-player map, 12, 4, and 8 o'clock starting positions, in-base gas, sort of half-gas naturals, as well as your natural out the front, and cloaked arbiters, well, not cloaked arbiters, cloaked eggs covered by neutral arbiters, blocking the pathway for units. But very honestly, it should be a very cool matchup between the two of these. It is going to be DM's Defiler against NaS's Battousai. Let's head on over to the game and let's see how they're going to do, and if Defiler can win a little bit of pride back in DM's final game of the STPL Round 2. Okay, and starting us off here in the top middle position, we do have the yellow Zerg player fighting for a little bit of pride here on the DM side. It's gonna be Defiler. Now his opponent down here in the bottom left-hand position, fighting in the purple, currently going for the victory lap here, the 4-0 sweep. It's going to be a Battousai. And thank you, Creative, once again for the host. If you guys are just tuning in, you are currently watching the STPL NaS versus DM. Of course, you can see from the overlay, NaS are currently up 3-0 in this best of 5, so they have won the series, but there's still another game to play, and this is the one here. It's going to be on Triathlon, and it should be a good one. So let's see exactly what builds we're going to see from both our players here. Now, Battousai is free really to do what he actually wants. They are both from the Americas. We're going to see a 12 pool coming in from Defiler. No, an 11 pool actually. 24 low, so no lag in this game, which is going to be good. Now Battousai going for a gateway first in the main. They're talking about their internet and everything like that, but this gateway first is going to mean that Defiler's build not going to be able to do too much. But obviously, Defiler is from South America, so South America a little bit more expensive on the internet front. I was speaking to Fujikuda, the manager of Seoul, about this recently. Basically, Dandy has like the best internet package you can get in Peru, and so does Terra, but apparently everyone else has pretty awful internet, which would explain the lag. Back on IC Cup now, Defiler is going to get the first scout with his Overlord, so not going to need to send a drone scout out right away, and is going to be able to build his hatchery there at 13 supply. Now, this is a bit of a weird build coming in from Defiler. He went for an 11 pool, 13 hatchery into gas as well, so kind of surprised at what this build is going to lead to. I'm not too au fait on Zerg builds. One of the things I am looking to learn the best I can. But it's going to be cool to see exactly what Defiler has planned for his opponent. Now, of course, due to the nature of this map, we are going to see Battousai going for this background natural, and he is going to be able to defend his ramp with just a couple of Zealots. It's going to take a lot of Zerglings to break through this, but Defiler looks like he wants to try it. I mean, it's worth a shot. You've got to be in it to win it. Defiler is, of course, playing with the knowledge, well, he's not playing with the knowledge at the moment that his team are 3-0 down, depending on how quickly and when they actually play their games. They do play the 4 games at the same time, but still, he's going to know that every game's important in the series, and he is going to be putting his little heart into this build. Now, I know the DM players actually do play the maps beforehand to prepare, so do the NaS players, and it really does show. Some of the builds we've seen have been very tailored to the maps. We've actually seen a lot of players return on the same maps each week, some of them being map specialists, and it's one of the things some of the captains have been really looking out for. And now has DM White sent out Defiler here to try and snipe Battousai, or try and snipe one of the NaS Protoss players. Of course, in round 1, I'm fairly certain NaS's roster was actually just 5 Protoss players, but they did have 2 race pickers against CVP, so we didn't get that many. We didn't get that many PvPs in round 1. There's been a lot more PvPs in round 2, but PvP is not necessarily a problem. We are going to have Battousai move out here with a lot of Zealots, just to see if he can do any damage. Going to build a Forge and a Core at the same time. Of course, the Overlord is going to scout this going. We already see a lot of Lings back here. We see a Creep Colony coming up to help defend against this. This is going to try and morph into a Sunken. And supposedly my Streamlabs donation thing is broken, so that's a bit unfortunate. I can't fix that until after the game, or after the series even, but it's not too much of a big deal. If you do want to donate to the tournament, there is a Matrino link that does get spammed every once in a while. That money will go into the prize pool, and that is one of the best things you can do if you want to support the tournament. Of course, if you want to support in other ways, the best thing to do is watch now. If you enjoy it, tell your friends and watch again. Hit that follow button if you can, and just look to enjoy the STPL as much as I do bringing it to you. So hopefully you've enjoyed the series so far. It's going to be the 4th game here, and then we're going to move on to our second series of today. But Defiler with a lot of Zerglings, going to do what he can now. Have I? No, okay. For a second, because the Zerg music is so quiet, I thought that like I turned off sound effects. And you can, of course, subscribe to the channel as well if you do so choose to, says Arota, the man who hasn't subscribed. But it's all good. I don't expect anything from anyone. I do this out of the goodness of my heart. I enjoy doing it the most out of, I think, anyone. Like, a lot of people say, how the hell do you put so many hours into the STPL? And it's because I really, really do enjoy doing it. It brings me a lot of joy to be able to bring you guys such good games. And it gives you something to do as well. Obviously, you've seen the new logo now. That took me a while to make, but it was worth it in the end, and hopefully it looks as good as I believe it does. I've had a lot of positive feedback, so does mean a lot. I know there was Creative said he doesn't like the colouring, a little bit about the contrast, but that's not too bad. He was just given some constructive criticism, which is something I accept very, very well as well. So if you ever want to give me any criticism, please do. Just try and be constructive about it. That's one thing I haven't actually had since I started the STPL, so I can't tell if I'm doing a good job or if people are just trying not to be mean, but there we go. Oh, the first Corsair does go down to the Scourge. Now, I like the "oh Jesus," which caused him to lose his Corsair, because this Mulus switch is catching Battousai off guard. He's got a cannon in his mineral line, but he's going to be scrambling to build another couple. These Zealots, of course, in an interesting position. They're going to be taking a lot of damage from these three Mulus. Of course, that isn't that many, but with the first Corsair going down, that's a very, very big deal. Now he's going to add on another pylon. He needs another couple of cannons here. He's going to lose his pylon at his gateway. And there we go, another Corsair actually being taken down by Scourge almost. Can he get the connection? It's so, so close. But those two Scourge thinking better of it. Going to wait for some more units coming in here. Now this gateway, very, very important. Another Scourge does take down that Corsair. Big, big moment here for Defiler. And Battousai, despite the fact he got caught a little bit off guard by those Mutalisks, going to be pushing back the Mutas now. And it looks like... Wait. No leg upgrade. Did he forget leg upgrade? Huh. Interesting. He went to try and push again, but there we go. The Zealot's gonna go back home. He's just realized, oh, Defiler doesn't know about the other base. I don't know if they're friends or something, but they're chatting a lot for an STPL game, man. This is a tournament game, like, you can't chat this much. Corsair's going down to Scourge, great micro. And here we go, the Mulus gonna have free range once again over the Zealots, but the Corsair's coming in here as well. And, wait. Oh, he's got two Stargates. Okay. Oh, he's got two Citadels. Fair enough. So he did build the legs upgrade, they were just in the other one. And here we go, gonna see the Corsairs against the Mulus once again. Scourge coming back in. Are they going to be able to get the connections? That was a little bit redundant there. Actually, 3 or 4 Scourge hitting one Corsair. Not the best of engagements. But here we go. There's actually nothing that can shoot up here against these Corsairs. It's double Stargate Corsair. Gonna take down all these Mulus. The Zealots trying to break through on the ground, but not going to manage it. But with 4 Corsairs, there's very little here to defend the Overlords. But also with the +1 attack on his Corsairs, doing a lot of damage to Defiler here. Can he manage this victory lap? We actually see a counterattack coming in from Defiler with his Lings. This is all or nothing for him. He needs to do some damage. He's lost too many Overlords. I don't actually think... He's got 1 Overlord. Thank you very much for the donation on original username. That means a hell of a lot, man. But here we go. The Lings trying to break in, trying to get some damage done on these Zealots, not managing to do it, gonna pull away, not even managing to take down the Nexus. And Defiler is finding himself in a very difficult spot here against our Protoss player, Battousai. He's gonna try and expand towards his Protoss opponent. And that is gonna be a difficult situation. Now here, what are we gonna see here? In this game, we're going to see Battousai going around with his Corsairs, trying to get any more damage done. Now, does he have a Templar Archives? He doesn't actually... Yes, he does. He's getting Storm now, but he's going to have to be careful. There's a lot of Hydras coming in. Defiler, of course, not actually rallying everything over the map, so not the most dangerous situation. Of course, the more Zealots there are, the worse Hydralisks become, especially without any support. Without any upgrades, these plus 0 Zealots, actually, +1 isn't finished yet, going to be doing a lot of damage. Now, we're going to go into a bit of a lull here where Defiler tries to position himself out on the map, tries to look to do a little bit of extra damage. Are we going to see drop play coming in from him? We do have speed, no drop, so not going to see anything crazy like that, but dropping on this base would be incredibly powerful. It's just a shame he doesn't quite know about it. And here we go, we're going to have Defiler pushing across the map here with a lot of Hydralisks, going to block the 4th base attempt coming in from Battousai, but unfortunately for Defiler, his Protoss opponent is up a base on him already. It's going to be a 4th hatchery here over at the full gas base, and at the mini gas base in the middle of the map here we're going to have the 3rd. It's not going to be mining yet. There's a lot of Hydralisks, but not much else. There's no Sim City here, and these Zealots now finally do have +1. Speed Zealots with +1, incredibly dangerous. Take a lot of damage, deal a lot of damage, and here is the Templar as well. Storm would have just finished up, and Battousai is looking to bring an end to his opponent here. Defiler is going to find it very hard to hold on. The Mulis coming in, going to do what they can to take down the... Oh, a nice Storm does go down, but does manage to take down one of the High Templar. Doesn't get, or does get the other one, gets the 3rd one as well. That one actually doesn't Storm, and here we go. The Zealots doing a hell of a lot of damage here to the Hydralisks. And that 3rd hatchery has gone down, and Defiler is unfortunately in a very poor position now. Now, we actually have a lot of the Corsairs have gone down here for Battousai, so he's only got 1 there. Which means the switch back into Mulisks is going to do a lot of damage. Now, of course, all of the base is covered by turrets, or by Nexus, by cannons even. Obviously the Mulis is going to be able to take down this. Actually, Defiler with the swing here with units, he's going to push back against Battousai. Did I speak a little bit too soon? The Mulis doing a lot of damage, and Dragoons not that great against Hydras. Oh man, the Hydra's going to jump on top of the cannons. They're going to camp the Bonnet with the ramp. They may be able to take down this third Nexus here by Battousai. Now the Mulis doing a lot of damage to these units. Has Defiler done it? Has Defiler found an opening to kill this Nexus? He's going to go for some probes as well, rallying more and more Hydralisks across the map, going to take down this 4th Nexus as well. And Defiler with the perfect counterattack here with these Mulis taking down so many of the Zealots, going to bring him back to ahead bases against his Protoss opponent, and Battousai has been caught completely off guard. There's a DT here, but the Overlords already in position, and Defiler doing a great job pushing back against his Protoss opponent. He's going to find it hard to break up the ramp, but there was no Storm. There was nothing here to defend. This Nexus is going to have to be cancelled. Is he going to cancel the Nexus? No, he's not. He loses the Nexus there as well. And what an interesting situation for Battousai to be stuck in. I'm not really sure what happened here. He lost all of his army, but he's got so much supply. Where is all of his suppliers? He just got an obscene number of probes. I think he does. His bases are way oversaturated with probes and he just doesn't have any units. Wait, is this... No, okay. It's definitely not bugged. I was worried the replay was bugged or something, but here we go. Battousai actually up at 2,000 minerals. He was supply blocked for a very long time there. And Defiler coming back from absolutely nothing, getting a perfect engagement, gonna take his 3rd base over here, gonna get the 4th hatchery, or is that the 5th hatchery? It's gonna be the 4th hatchery actually. Does have his Hydras then, has Lurkers as well, and we're actually gonna see, oh, the Shull's gonna go down as well. The 2 Zealots stuck behind the invisible eggs. They are gonna deny this base for a very long time. They're gonna be hard for Defiler to go and clean this up, but still, Defiler is in an incredible position now. And this is very surprising. Like, I can't actually believe what we're seeing in this game. Like, I've seen some very, very weird games in the STPL so far, but none have been as sort of back and forth as this. Now, of course, it's, wow, the splash on the Corsair's AoE is huge. What the heck? But yeah, we're going to have a third base attempt coming in from Battousai again. Defiler going to take his fourth base. He has a lot of lurkers. Now, is he going to make the same mistake his teammate Yaj did on Flight Dreamliner? Does he need to be a little bit more aggressive here? He's going to let Battousai do what he wants to do. And that's a very dangerous situation to put yourself in against a Protoss player. Now, we're going to have a Queen's Nest. And we have the Mulisk coming over to a very interesting position. Is this going to be for a Hive? Well, obviously the Queen's Nest is. But is this going to be for a Great Aspire? Are we going to see some Guardians to really abuse this position? Is this Nexus not in the right spot as well? It feels like it's off by a Hex. This is very, very weird. But Battousai going to be pushing forward with his units once again. But he is going to be pushing into a Lurker field. He's got a Spore Colony coming up here as well. That'll help deal with the Observer as it pops in. But here we go. This is going to be a big engagement in this game. This is going to possibly decide the outcome. Are we going to see the counter swing by Battousai? Is he going to take down all of the Zerg's army? It's almost like Battousai's army supply has just suddenly exploded. Now we do have the Hive coming in. The Mutalisk still hiding there over in the top left corner. And Battousai looking to put a little bit of pressure on here onto this hatchery. Going to be able to take this down. Going to be hard for Defiler to really break out of here. There's going to be a big storm coming in if he's not careful. 2 storms almost ready on these High Templar. And he needs to get the Observer. Does he manage it? No, he doesn't. A nice storm going down. And it looks like Battousai is going to be able to push back. There's a lot of Protoss units rallying over here. Now, I feel like we've been in this situation before. Where is Defiler's army? He hasn't broke down the eggs, so he can't get his units out. Where the heck is all his supply? A nice storm going down on the Lurkers does manage to clean up most of this army. It's +2 attack against 1-0-0 as well, so that's working in his favour. But he's gonna lose this hatchery now. We're gonna see a 4th base coming up from Battousai, and it's such a weird game. Now the Hive is done, but we're seeing Defiler spend all of his money on units, on Sunkens to try and hold on against this. But are we going to see this Great Aspire? Is this going to be the tech choice of Defiler as we move later into this game? Now, I need to say now Dragon again because I read the word Dragoon. But this is definitely one of the weirdest games I have ever seen, and the replay isn't even bugged. Like, I'm almost certain the replay isn't bugged. So, I don't know, maybe both these players were, like, having a weird day. But certainly, both of them, like, this is such a back and forth game, and so many... Whoa. For a second, I thought he'd moved on top of his own Hydras with the Lurkers, but doesn't quite manage it. He is going to rely entirely on Lurkers here. That's what he was saving all his money for. No Great Aspire yet. Now, Great Aspire could be very, very powerful. There's actually no cannons here, so he could take down the units, but these Lurkers going to do a lot of extra legwork. Now the trouble is, there's going to be another Observer here soon, and when that Observer gets there, like, Lurkers aren't that good against Dragoons, unless they get incredibly lucky, unless he can snipe the Observers. But there's no Scourge, there's 3 Hydralisks. There's not really anything that can take down the Observer, which is just completely odd. But this is so many Lurkers. Like, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 Lurkers at the front of this base. He's going around the back to try and get the Observer. He misses it. He's not going to get the Observer. That's a huge moment in the game. He is going for some of the High Templar, though. Interestingly, engaging the cannons. Going to cause him a few problems. Just going to take down some of these units, but here we go. This is the big push in by Battousai. The Lurkers doing a pretty good job killing a lot of these Zealots, but look how many Lurkers are going down. A nice storm on top of 3 Lurkers going to do so much. Assassin Zealots doing what they need to do as well. Does Defiler have cracklings? Yes, he does. So these slings adding a lot of damage to this army. But it looks like Battousai is going to break once again, and this 4th base is going to go down again. Now, I can hear Lings killing something. But I can't see them. Oh, okay. He's breaking down these. Now, cracklings take a long time to kill these even. He needs to use his lurkers to go and kill those, but the trouble is he can't give up his frontal position. Now, weirdly, Defiler still hasn't taken this base. Defiler still doesn't have a fourth base up, and Battousai does. So we're seeing another switch in position. And here it is. I called it a long time ago, but it's going to be Great Aspire. Now, we actually have Battousai skipping out on Corsairs for the time being. So this Guardian switch gonna actually do quite a lot. Defiler, despite the fact he's only on 3 bases, banking a lot of money here. Still trying to break out that Lazyling. Not doing what he needs to, not doing his job for the Swarm. But his ally is going to break on through. Now it looks like Battousai has caught wind of this base now. And he is possibly going to look to try and take that down. Now we do have a drone coming up here, but Battousai already with the initiative looking to take this other maid himself. And Battousai, interestingly enough, isn't really sure where to push in. He knows he's got an advantage. Can he make use of it? Now we're going to have Guardians at both bases though, and this is going to be a very important moment in the game. The Great Aspire very almost finished, but is Defiler going to last long enough for this really to come into play? I'm not too sure. His 4th base incredibly open again. This is why it's so hard to take this base. We're actually going to take the natural of this base over here. Now here we go, the Lings coming in from multiple angles, trying to take down as many of these units as they can. A nice storm going down on top of them though. Going to do so much damage. And we're going to need to see Defiler with some more units if he wants to hold on. Of course, the Spore Colony in a good position. Going to take down the observers that do come for this. And I want to keep an eye for when those mutants turn into Guardians. Of course, Defiler's going to be using a lot of money to keep his units alive, but he actually trades incredibly well with Battousai's army again. And somehow, we've swapped positions in the game again. The Great Aspire is finished. Are we going to see the Guardians morphing? Yes, we are. 3 Guardians at the natural, 3 Guardians at the 4th. And could this be the move that Defiler needs to really swing the game in his favour? The supplies incredibly even once again. Defiler finally broken out of those eggs. I really don't understand why he didn't use the lurkers, but Battousai has lost a lot of units. He's pulled a lot of probes over to this base as well. His main is mined out. His natural is mined out. His gas is depleted as well. These 2 bases are going to be absolutely everything, and these Guardians are going to do so much. Guardians of both the mineral lines, and there's no Corsairs in production by Battousai. Battousai is broke. This is all or nothing but Battousai. Looks like we're going to have the Defilers, the Guardians, doing their best to take down these Dragoons. He needs to pull that Guardian back though. The probes have been pulled to the other base, but they're running into yet more Guardians. 8 kills, 6 kills, 11 kills. Defiler is coming in from the front with his units. This could be the comeback of the century as Defiler pushes forward into the Protoss' 4th base. Protoss does have this base over here, but these Guardians have killed every single probe that Battousai has to his name. Swarm down on top of these lurkers as well. And it looks like Defiler's done it. It looks like Defiler has brought a little bit more pride back into the DM roster in their final game of the STPL Round 2. And it looks like he's going to make it 3-1 for NaS, of course, but 11, 17, and 16 kills. The 4th base is non-existent. The final possible mining base from Battousai is gone. He doesn't even have any, or he has a lot of probes, but they're all idle. And here we go, this is the final sweep in of these Lings. These Lings are going to end the game, and GG! Defiler with the comeback of the century to bring the series to a 3-1 conclusion. All I can say is wow. That was certainly an interesting game. Probably one of the weirdest games I think I've ever casted. But it was worth it in the end. It paid off. And that's going to take us to the end of this series. Of course, there is going to be a series after this as well. Just for a quick recap, we are going to have a look at the results. Just to keep an eye on who actually won everything. Let's head on over to the results screen. And let's have a look at what difference that's going to make to the rankings of Group A leading into the final week. But let's first move on to the results screen and let's have a look at how that played out. Okay, so as you can see, it's a 3-1 victory for NaS. Of course, once again, great play by all of their players. Beast taking out Tech, Dragon taking out Yaj, Terra taking down PRL, and Defiler with that final comeback in the end. Gonna take down Defiler. Gonna take down Battousai to make it a 3-1. Let's have a quick look at the team table to see how that's changed the situation. NaS, leading into the final week, has a 1-game advantage over White Clan. Red, of course, with the match lead. But if White Clan win and NaS beat Red, we could actually see NaS and White Clan moving forward on to the playoff finals. It's going to be all or nothing for Red to make it in this final game. Red have got an incredibly good player score though, 16 for 5 in their win rate. But really, really close to the top of Group A. Of course, the top 2 teams from each group will advance into the playoffs, so all to play for in Week 7. And I honestly thought I might be able to tell who was going to go through into the playoffs a week early. But certainly in Group A, there is no way of telling that. It all comes down to the next 2 games for NaS and White Clan. Now, NaS are going to be playing against Red in Week 7. White Clan are going to be playing against Bull. So statistically, you would look at that and say, well, White Clan are probably going to 4-0. But anything can happen in the STPL. And obviously White Clan going to be sending out a good roster there because they want to secure their position in the Round 2 playoffs. They did win the Round 1 playoffs last time. White Clan and Seoul, of course, our 2 Korean clans. DM, Bull, our South American clans. Net Wars, a Polish clan. Red, European. 9th team, a mix between American and European. Rev, European. Media, American. Psystorm and Ash, European as well. And we've got a huge diversity of players in the STPL, and it's going to increase in Round 3 because we have another couple of teams joining us for the ride. I'll announce that at a later date, but either way, let's head on to a quick 5-minute break, just so I can set the overlay up for the next round, the next game, and to give myself a little bit of a break on my voice. So see you guys in just over 5 minutes. See you guys very soon. Thank you for tuning in. Don't go anywhere. And I will see you guys soon.